Oh man, this quarantine is really becoming a drag. I wonder if there's like any game jams anytime soon. Actually, when's the next Ludum there? In 7 days? Wait a minute. I need to get my team together. Okay, looks like everybody has time next weekend. So now we can get started with the preparations. Alright, as the latest version of Godot is downloading, it might be time to go through the tools that our team will be using. As you can probably guess from this website here, our plan for the game engines is Godot 3.2.3, which is the current latest version. We'll be making a 3D game, so we're gonna need some 3D modeling software. In our case, it's gonna be Blender. And then we'll be using Audacity, LMMS, and various other music programs for music and sound effects. With that out of the way, let's do some theme slaughtering. Alright, it's a couple days later now, and the final round of voting is out. This is where the final preparations for our team actually start. Everybody just picks their choices. I didn't do it yet. But the important part is that we create a Google Documents file with all the themes and we start throwing ideas at it for all the themes. That way, once the actual theme is chosen, we already have a couple ideas what we can do. I'll show you that document in a moment, but I need to pick my choices here first. So let's see. Alright, this seems to be my choices. I might alter them later on, depending on how many ideas we get into the document, but yeah, let's head over to the document now. Okay, here we are in the ideas document. It's half in Slovenian and half in English, and Godot really seems to have been at work filling this out, because there's a lot of stuff here. SCP-173, really? Okay, yeah. I'll need to talk it out with the boys a bit, and maybe we change some votes. We'll also be making a GitHub account, and well, until the Ludum there actually starts, this document is where all the work will happen. So see you when the Ludum there actually starts. Alright, it's officially midnight, and the countdown timer just broke. So let's refresh the page and see what the theme is. My phone just vibrated. Maybe we got the theme in the email. I don't know. Theme announcement soon. Check Twitter. What happened? Shouldn't the theme be up here somewhere? No? Oh, it's not out yet. Okay. Check Twitter then. The theme is stuck in a loop. Alright. I'll jump into a voice call with the boys and let's see what we can come up with. It's a day later now. I've rested and there's been 2 brainstorming sessions and we have come up with an idea now. The plan is to make like a stealth type game in which every time you die, you get reset and then you need to avoid your ghosts while completing an objective. Right now, we're leaning towards the objective being defusing a bomb somewhere in the city, but it's gonna be a big task to make an entire city in 3 days, so we're still looking for a solution. Maybe we can like find a pre-made asset, or maybe Godot is just fast enough to make an entire city in a couple days. Mothcalist is already at work on the camera controls, and I'm probably gonna be going to 3D model a bomb or the explosive device that you will need to defuse. So everybody has their own roles, and time to go to work. All right. It's currently the last hours of working for today. It's the end of the first day, and it's time to take a look at what we did. As you can probably see, we got quite a bit of 3D models done, and our environment is starting to take shape. Sadly, we did less in the terms of gameplay. We did get the main mechanic working. If I run this, I can show you that if you like move around a bit and do whatever you want to do, walk around, interact with stuff, which is currently not implemented yet, whatever. And then when you press F1, it will spawn a copy of you, which will retrace your steps as you did, which is going to be used for later on as the other characters that you need to avoid in the game, because they're like older copies of you, and you need to avoid running into other copies of you, or you will create a time paradox and the entire universe will destroy itself or something. But yeah, this is where we're at after day one, and we really hope that all this level building we did today will pay off tomorrow when we actually start getting some game mechanics working. Alright, it's like 2 p.m. the second day of Ludum Dare 47, and we have finally finished with modeling at least the basics of our city, the environment in which our game will take in. Now it's time to start with the other game mechanics than the time loops, as not much else has been done apart from modeling right now. So the next order of business is to get a bomb and make it explode in a minute. Let's get coding. Guys, I think we're running into a small problem. Like, the main point of the game here is gonna be to find the bomb, right? And the way I've been doing the bomb exploding animation, if the player is looking the correct way, once the bomb starts exploding like that, it's pretty easy to figure out where the bomb is. So I think I'll need to redo this entire bomb exploding sequence to not include positional information. What the fuck is this? Alright, it's the third day, and the bomb has been revoked, and more importantly, we decided to change the gameplay element quite a bit. So now we have 1 day to complete all the new game mechanics, because the original plan was to roam around and find a bomb, right? However, we experimented with the environment a bit, and Mo figured out it looks much nicer if it's like nighttime, and because it makes the entire area a bit spooky. So he went ahead and figured out that finding bombs at night, it looks kind of weird. So what he did was figure out a different way. Yeah, that was the explosion. A different way to have like a game in this pretty okay city at this point. So the next plan is to like have a monster. You have to chase around a town at night, and you will still need to avoid the best versions of yourself. Phew! It's quite a couple hours later, like almost the entire day. And we have been mildly successful in pivoting our entire game. We have like the game in a state where we could like hand it off and say it's kind of done, but it really needs polish. Moff Callis has said he's gonna be doing the polishing till midnight, so I guess we will really be hitting that deadline today. So let's take a look at what has changed. We have a main menu. It's terrible. It's a placeholder. It still needs work, but we have it. And as soon as you hit play, the game freezes and loads all the resources. And bam, there we are. The camera controls have changed a bit. Now the rotation of your main character is also dependent on the camera rotation, not just your inputs. You have a gun you can fire. And you'll automatically target the monster. Let's see where the monster is at. Hello, where are you at? Oh, there he is. As you can see, it will automatically target him. And if I get too close, he'll start firing at me as well. You can see that SCP's health, well, we're calling it SCP, but it's officially a monster because we're unaffiliated with anything SCP related. It has a lot of health, like 475 right now. You can see it in the Godot console down there. But if I get too close, he'll start firing at me, and if he hits me, it's instant death, and I get respawned. Well, an old copy of me is spawned. Hey sir, can you like come here and kill me, please? He's so fast. That's gonna need some fixing. Yeah, all the values, the speeds, the flight paths and stuff like that, that still needs a bit of tweaking. And that's what we're doing right about now. Hello, can you like... Yeah. And this is what happens if he gets you. And as you can see down there, an old copy of me was spawned. Oh no, 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 no. He's not allowed to see me, or... Well, if I get too close, or he sees you. He doesn't see me right now, apparently. Oh wow, he got deleted very fast. That's the problem, it's not very deterministic right now. But yeah, that's how the game works right now, and the goal is to just take down the monster. The finishing sprint is gonna be like adding some more feedback for the player for what's going on, health bar, fix the main menu, and maybe some kinematics in a tutorial. It is 30 minutes till the deadline, or 26 as the timer says. And the Ludum website page is up. Mostly. There might be some minor fixes to do. We didn't publish it yet. Godot is currently downloading the export templates. I probably should have done that earlier. But the game is more or less done. There's like, we're fixing the game icon and small touches like that. The unimportant stuff that's nice to have. But yeah, the game is mostly done, and let us wrap it up first, and I'll show you what the end result is like. And so we're done. In the background you can see the gameplay of the finished game, which we decided to call Paradox Security in the end. While that's playing, I'll talk about what we learned from this Ludum there, and some general things I noticed. A sort of post-mortem, if you will. So, Godot, yeah... 2-point releases later down the line from our previous encounter with it, 3D in Godot could still use with some work. Mesh batching still isn't supported, so for any kinds of bigger scenes, even with simple graphics and no textures like our game has, there just isn't a way to run the game on an integrated GPU. Which is kind of a bummer, as we lose potential playtesters that could otherwise run the game just fine. Someone told me this feature is coming in Godot 4.0, but the release date of that one is not yet currently known, and I think it won't be anytime soon. Apart from optimization troubles, we also realized someone will need to take some time and learn how to properly design user interfaces in Godot. The menus we threw together quickly for testing were, well, either way, some more experience in this area would be very welcome. On a more asset-related note though, 2 words: asset packs. This is the second Ludum Dare in a row where we 3D modeled an entire city from scratch and wasted a bunch of time we could have utilized much better. By now we should really take the 10 minutes required and put all the buildings we've 3D modeled so far, in all the Ludum Dares, into a single asset pack for future usage. There are a couple things I noticed about the Ludum Dare 47 itself too. To begin with, before we started, the homepage feed was full of "oh shit, Ludum Dare is this weekend?" type posts. And I couldn't blame them, it was kinda the same for us. Moth Calast reminded me of Ludum Dare like only a week before it started. It isn't uncommon to see these posts before Ludum Dare, but there were noticeably more of them this time around. I guess that with quarantine and everything in place, people have a lot more in their minds and forget about the Ludum Dare. Could be cool if Ludum Dare sent out a mail a week or so in advance so people can prepare, not just when the theme is announced. Up next, the theme itself. Nobody, and I mean nobody, seems to have liked it. We had a hard time coming up with an idea that made sense in the context of the theme, and after the theme announcement, the homepage feed was full of just complaining about the theme for an hour straight. Possibly also more. I went to sleep, so I don't know, but still. Makes me wonder who voted for the theme then. The last thing I noticed was a notable lack of game Linux support this time around. It only became apparent after the jam when I decided to stream on Twitch and give live feedback to people who submitted their games in the chat. In the past Ludum Dares, about 20 to 40% of games I playtested had either a native Linux version or could be easily run as a WebGL build. I'm no stranger to using Wine on such streams to run games, as some only have Windows builds, but this Ludum Dare, there was quite a bit more running non-native builds. Was it just my bad luck, or were there actually less Linux games? But yeah, that would be everything from me. Thanks for making it through the entire video, and see you next time. Bye bye.